Gonna punch fear in the face. Today we're gonna punch fear in the face. Yo, I'm sorry, I'm so goofy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about how to get past the fear of starting something, continuing something, picking something back up, trying again. We're gonna talk about it because there's no need to fear. Have no fear. Dee is here to help you get over it. No, but seriously, we're gonna talk about a few things concerning fear, and I'm going to bring you in a little bit and talk to you about my story and just kind of give you some pointers as far as when you're getting ready to launch, starting a new project, starting a new business, picking up a new skill, or just picking something back up that you stopped before. We're gonna talk about that. And we're gonna talk about how to move past the fear and actually to get out there and do what you have to do. A lot of times fear causes us to stay stagnant, not follow our dreams. Like, it's really crazy that if you walk in fear, there's so much that's attached to it that will never be done, that will never come forth, and then there are other people that will never experience what you have to offer. Like I said before, I am a creative artist, and so I am a self-taught photographer and graphic designer and filmmaker, getting more into the film aspect as of late, but my roots are graphic design and photography. The weird thing is I'm self-taught. I just would tinker around on the computer in my teen years, just making different things, to be honest, putting little pictures together of me and Usher and, you know, stuff like that, tracing myself out and combining them in like Paint, MS Paint. I was like, oh, I can make some really cool things. And so I started to like do little slideshows and stuff, and from there I started to get, you know, just kind of acclimated to that world. Then there were several jobs that I was kind of thrown into, office jobs where I had to do some level of like bare minimum creating flyers, graphic design, I guess you can say. And so from there, it just, my love grew, and I, you know, had a few mentors, and I did go to school for it, but they didn't really teach me much. But as far as that area expertise is concerned, I'm pretty much self-taught, and I'm pretty good. I'm good. It's what I do. Like, that's my livelihood, is graphic design, photography. And it was like, once I started to do it, like, fear wasn't like a thing. It was basically like I just took it upon myself to just do it, because I knew it was something that I could do. And then there have been jobs and people that I've worked for that, like clients and people that have hired me on work for hire and things like that, in different spheres of different industries, that I had to, like, on the job, like on assignment, learn how to use a certain program, right? So I didn't let fear get the best of me. It's just something I did. However, when it came to some of the other stuff, like being in front of the camera, like branding myself and just other business ideas, I struggled for years with fear. The fear of like failing, the fear of people's opinions, the fear of it not being perfect and me not succeeding, the fear just of sometimes even success and what that would look like. And so I was paralyzed by fear, and it kept me very stagnant in certain areas. And so really in this season, a lot of this stuff that I'm coming out with now has been years in the making. It's just I would start, stop, do it, throw it away, don't like that, record a video, don't like that. I'm gonna put some of the before footage in. But fear really was a thing, and just what are these people gonna think, and are they gonna understand my motive, and what if they don't like me, and well, what if they think I'm doing it just because this person is doing it. Once you allow fear in, it will just wreck your brain and just take you down a rabbit hole of what ifs and Like, girl, it's, dude, it's not that serious. Like, just do what you want to do. And so I found that I literally had to untangle or allow God to untangle all of the different things that I had built up concerning fear. Once I started that process, I literally had to just jump out there and just go. Like, this is still new. There's some things that I've done in the last few years where I just jumped out there. But in this season, this is really a season of first for me, because I'm literally like not just being behind the scenes, behind the camera, helping clients and other people that I care about. I'm like doing what I'm called to do, or what I feel like my passions are, and I'm just doing it unapologetically. Me, like regardless of who says what anybody thinks, I just decided just to do it. And so a few things that allowed me to push forward past the fear. One, just literally what I just said, just doing it. Like, I've learned that you have to just do it. There's nothing wrong with preparation or planning or having strategy, but sometimes I feel like you won't get any better until you actually just do it. Like, that's what happened when I started to be a graphic designer. Like, some of them were so terrible, but I still did it, and people paid me for it. And it wasn't until I, continued to do it until I saw like the growth, and like now people will pay me big bucks for what I do. But it wasn't until I did it. I put myself out there and I had to just do it, regardless if I was afraid or not, regardless of what I thought people would think. I had to just do it. Same with photography. Like, there's some dope photographers out there, but I knew that was a passion of mine, and so I grabbed the camera and I began to shoot. It wasn't until I actually started to shoot, until I saw what I was doing wrong, what I could do better, until I began to grow. And so things didn't start taking off until I actually jumped out there and did it. So yeah, be wise and know some things you can't just jump out and do. But a lot of times I think there's a way that you can find how you can do what you want to do with whatever resource you have, with whatever skill you have, and then grow from there, So don't cheat people out their money. But I think there's a way that you can do it by just doing it. Like, even these videos, like the type of person I am, like I think I have a really good eye concerning certain things, and so I'm not completely satisfied with how my videos look and all that. It's decent, but in my head I see all these grand things, but right now I have limited resource and all this, so I'm just doing it. Like, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep making videos, keep learning, getting more comfortable in front of the camera. It's about stepping out and doing it. Another way that I got past fear was literally just thinking about the why of what I was doing. Your why has to be big enough and important enough for you to actually fulfill what you're going to do. So it's not enough to say, oh, I just wanna, I want people to know who I am. Like, that's your why has to be bigger than that. And for me, it's like, I don't want to leave this earth and not have left some form of legacy, not help somebody in some way to make their life better, to bring them closer to their purpose in the earth, to bring them closer to God, to help them to create legacy. Like, if I haven't done that and it's the end of my life and I haven't done that, it's like, man, I do not want that day to come. So I had to look at my life and say, man, there are a lot of places where I'm sitting on all of these ideas and all of these things that I've dropped, and just literally just say, hey, I'm choosing to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how it's gonna look. I don't even know why some things I'm going to do, but I know I'm supposed to do them, so let me go ahead and do them. My why had to be bigger than that. Like, and then me wanting, like, I have so much in my hands, it's like financially I know I can be in a greater place and create greater financial stability for my family, for my future family. And so it's like, but that's not gonna ever come if you just sit on your laurels and don't do nothing. Did I really say sit on your laurels? I did. If you just sit around and not do it. The ideas, having great ideas and never doing anything with them is really crazy. That's almost insanity if you think about it. Like, you have this great idea to create this invention and it could save so many lives, or it could feed so many people, or inspire so many people, or make people's lives better, and you never do it just because you're afraid, and you literally like things are never changed for the better. So I had to think about my why and just push past the fear. Like, fear should not have power enough to keep you from doing positive work, to keep you from fulfilling the purpose that you have in the earth. Creating films and music and writing, like, all these things are in my head. That would be a shame to die and all go to the grave with me, you know? Yeah, so fear, I think the biggest thing is you have to figure out what you're afraid of. Like, what is the thing that's making you afraid? What is the thing that you have in your mind that says, this is going to happen if I step out? This is going to happen if I pick that back up, or if I try again. And that's what I'm afraid of. Like, once you acknowledge what it is, then you need to do the work to, like, you know, chip away at what that thing is. I try now to think, like, what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is that I upload these videos and I get no subscriber and nobody like watch any of my videos, and people will put a hate campaign out and say D with the T sucks. D Greg like sucks. Okay, I'm still going to have a life within my body. I'm still going to have breath. I'm still going to be able to move forward and do something different, or still do that, and who cares? Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of think about what the worst thing is that could happen, and kind of really think it through. Like, is that really logical? Like, a lot of times we have fear of things that are not even logically, like, you're making these things up. How do you know that's going to happen? And if it does, then what? Okay, so, like, there are movies that have been released that people absolutely hate, but somebody liked it, you know? It helped somebody. It made somebody's life better. So, yeah. I think when it comes to fear, you have to acknowledge what it is, and then you gotta just push past it. Like, you literally just gotta in your mind, I'm just gonna do it. Like, and whatever comes after that comes after that. I think there's power in the going, and there's direction in the going. There's so many things that come to you once you actually just go. You gotta launch, you gotta get out there. Like, who cares what anybody has to say? That should not matter. It should not matter what other people have to say about what you are doing. You know? Especially when you're doing it with purpose and you're doing it with intent to help someone. Yeah. And like, the thing is, I think sometimes I get in my head, I know other creatives do get in our heads and feel like we have to explain to people why we're doing what we're doing, and, well, I gotta do this first so I can do this. Like, no, like, this might not make any sense to some people, like the different types of videos that I'm doing, but I feel like I'm supposed to be doing them, and so I'm gonna do one. And that's just it. Like, punch fear in the face, move on over fear, because you don't have no little authority over here, and just keep it moving. So I hope this helps somebody. Like, let me know some of your thoughts about fear in the comments, and about maybe how you overcame fear, and or about what you're going to choose to do today to overcome fear, and just to do it. Like, I hope that somebody's inspired. Like, if I can do this, y'all can do this, because family, I'm the one that's usually behind the scenes helping other folks and rooting people on, but I'm stepping out and I'm doing it. So yeah, but that's all I have for today. Tune in next time, and the way you can do that is by commenting, sharing, liking, subscribing. and hitting the bell so that you can be notified when I upload my next video. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram at dgrid. And that's all. Bye bye. Toodaloo. Would you rather be eaten by sharks or launch your project? I'll take launching the project. That was so cheesy. Oh well. Sometimes you have to think about it like that. Would you rather be chased down in the woods by a serial killer? Or would you rather launch? I'll choose launching. That's so cheesy, but I mean, hey, whatever gets you past the fear, bro.